Tonight we report on how a few people spent Mother's Day and the expansion of the BMW SGL plant in Moses Lake. What's going on in sports, Bob?
District play begins this week for local high school athletes. Stick around and I'll let you know who's playing and where. Here's a peek at our Weather Center forecast.
It was a sunny start to the work week along the Columbia Basin, but we do have some cloudiness off to our north and west. I'll have all the details in a minute.
I'm Alan Troop. Stay tuned for all of this and much more on iFIBER 1 News.
From the iFIBER 1 HD studio here in the heart of the Columbia Basin, this is iFIBER 1 News. Your #1 source for local news, sports headlines, and our very own Weather Center forecast covering the entire Columbia Basin. This is iFIBER 1 News, and it starts now.
Tom Jones is seeking a second term as the Grant County Sheriff. Jones announced he plans to run for re-election. The sheriff stated he believes he has done a good job for Grant County residents. When he campaigned, he stated his principles, including providing accountability, improving communication with the public, delivering consistency in leadership, and to proactively serve the needs of the residents of Grant County. Metal thefts and gang crimes continue to be priorities for Jones as he looks to a second term. He created a program to focus on metal and copper wire theft and started a gang crimes unit. The Moses Lake Chamber of Commerce Golf Scramble was this weekend and drew a lot of supporters. Reporter Sean Wells has the details.
We're a bunch of big talkers.
A big turnout for the 14th annual Moses Lake Chamber of Commerce Golf Scramble, allowing people of the community a chance to network as well as show off their golf game.
This is our 14th annual golf tournament. It's a fundraiser for the Chamber, and we do it always the Friday before Mother's Day. So we're one of the first ones that goes out.
Birdies were tough to come by with fierce winds at Moses Lake Golf Club, but that didn't stop golfers from having a good time.
Well, it's an opportunity to network, to get to know one another, because people do business with who they know. It's a fun day, and it's always a great day for golf, right?
Debbie hopes this year's big turnout will only increase next year. For iFIBER 1 News, Sean Wells.
It looks like that was a lot of fun. The Moses Lake Senior Center celebrated mothers on Saturday with a breakfast. iFIBER 1 News stopped by to take a look.
Moses Lake Senior Center held their annual Mother's Day breakfast, welcoming all mothers in the area to stop in and enjoy a hearty meal.
Well, this is the 7th year that the Senior Center has put on a Mother's Day breakfast, and it grows every year, and we got a great turnout here right now. I'm really excited about that.
All profits from the breakfast will go toward future meals for the Senior Center. Mike also wanted to say thanks to all the mothers out there, especially one special lady.
Well, they didn't have to cook breakfast this morning, and that was a good deal, and I hope they have a happy Mother's Day, including my wife, who's probably going to have to cook tomorrow.
From all of us at iFIBER 1 News, happy Mother's Day. I'm Sean Wells.
Moms often tell their children to clean their rooms. It wasn't necessary for people in Larson. They banded together to help clean up the community on Saturday.
A number of Moses Lake citizens helped clean up the Larson community of unwanted garbage and recyclable items.
Today we are just here cleaning up the Larson neighborhood. We have trucks going around the neighborhood. We've asked residents if they have large items to set them out on the streets while our trucks go pick them up, bring them back to our drop site, and we dispose of them.
Heather says maps of the neighborhood help keep volunteers organized as the garbage starts to pile up.
So we've created this map of the neighborhood with different trucks going out to clean up different sections of the neighborhood. They're coming up. We've asked the residents to put their garbage alongside their curbside. We pick it up, bring it to our drop site, and put it in the dumpsters as well as recycling bins.
For iFIBER 1 News, Sean Wells.
Thanks, Sean. Now let's take a look at people currently being sought out by the Grant County Sheriff's Office.
This is Sheriff Tom Jones with the Grant County Sheriff's Office. Each of the people you see here have a warrant for their arrest. If you see any of these people, we ask you do not attempt to detain or apprehend them, but call us at 509-762-1160 or send us an email at crimetips@co.grant.wa.us. If the person is presenting a danger, call 911. With your help, we can bring these people to justice and make our community safer.
We will be back after this.
DQ $5 lunch. I'm really into it. One thing I can't decide. Is it chicken strips, fries, and a drink with a free sundae, or do you get a sundae with free chicken strips, fries, and a drink? Trick question. Both answers are correct.
Exactly, Sam. It's Fananomics. Entree, fries, drink, plus a sundae. The $5 lunch, only at your DQ. This is fan food, not fast food.
Looking for that authentic Philly flavor? Come down to Nia Carsons Cheesesteaks, Wings and Things and try our mouthwatering cheesesteak sandwiches. Prepared fresh and served hot. Make sure to pair it up with our classic wings, ranging from sweet and tangy to hot and spicy. East meets west at Nia Carsons. We provide Moses Lake with that authentic Philadelphia taste. Bring the whole family. We promise to make them something they'll all enjoy. Nia Carsons Cheesesteaks, Wings and Things. Good service, great price, and something different.
Hi folks, good to be with you once again. I'm meteorologist Miguel Montoya from the One News Weather Center. Your weather forecast is being brought to you by your Bud Clary Toyota dealer. Toyota, let's go places. Let's check out the headlines making news along the Columbia Basin. What a great start to the work week it was today, at least from a weather point of view. And this is what's on tap for the rest of the work week. It will feature relatively cool nights, mild to warm afternoons, actually borderline hot for a couple of days. You will see that in your extended forecast. We will also talk about maybe some changes by the time the weekend rolls around. It was relatively chilly this morning here in Ephrata. You woke up to temperatures in the upper 30s, not record-setting cold, but still relatively chilly given the time of year. You were right on target with your daytime high, and it was a few degrees colder in Moses Lake this morning. You woke up to temperatures of 37 degrees, made it into the lower 70s this afternoon. Still hovering near 70 at the present time. We do have some high cloudiness streaming into the region. You will notice those dew points are relatively low, and they will stay way down there over the next couple of days. All right, so let's talk about the big picture. We have a broad upper level low pretty much from the Gulf of Alaska just to the north of Hawaii. That will stay over the open waters over the next couple of days as a large dome of high pressure anchors itself along the western third of the U.S. So any rain that does try to make a run at us will be forced up and around us through British Columbia and Alberta and then down to the east of the Continental Divide. So that will keep us high and dry along the west coast, including along our states. This ridge will begin to break down by the time Friday rolls around, and especially by the time the weekend rolls around, so that could throw some cloudiness our way, although the probability of precipitation will remain fairly low. How's this for a statewide forecast on Tuesday? Lots of sunshine, temperatures in the 70s and 80s, right around 80 or so along the Yakima Valley. Along the Columbia Basin, we're talking about temperatures in the upper 70s. A few spots may be flirting with 80 degrees. And as you can see on your extended forecast, the stretch of nice weather will continue over the next couple of days, actually even flirting with 90 degrees by the time Thursday rolls around. Obviously, with this big warm-up, it will cause some snow melt, so we will keep an eye on the river levels for you over the next couple of days. Your forecast was brought to you by your Bud Clary Toyota dealer. Toyota, let's go places. We will be right back with sports.
It's been called the most inspiring vehicle ever made, boasting a 5-star safety rating and named as a top safety pick. It's also done more to help our environment than any other car in the world. It's Toyota's Prius. Now with your choice of the regular model, the larger Prius V, or the smaller Prius C, saving fuel, reducing harmful CO2 emissions, and offered to you with excellent savings. Toyota's Prius family. Drive one today at any of your Inland Empire Toyota dealers. Toyota. Let's go places.
Ombudsman?
Ombudsman?
No matter how you say it,
Washington State's long-term care ombudsman program means real people helping real people.
By advocating on behalf of our state's most vulnerable citizens, ombudsmen help ensure the health, safety, and welfare of our long-term care residents. By volunteering their time, they give a powerful voice to those who might never be heard. Washington State's long-term care ombudsman program. Real people helping real people.
Welcome back. I'm Bob Kirkpatrick with today's local sports. The Moses Lake girls softball team took 2 games on the diamond at home over Wenatchee Friday. The sweep puts the Chiefs firmly in the driver's seat for the Big 9 conference title. Wenatchee jumped out to a 5-0 lead in Game 1. Moses Lake answered back with 12 runs, 7 of which came with 2 outs in the bottom of the frame to shake the Panthers' confidence. Wenatchee got 1 back in the top of the second to make it 12-6. Vanessa Rodriguez and Alyssa Valdez hit 2-run dingers to fuel a 5-run bottom of the second, and the Chiefs rolled over the Panthers 17-6. Haley Bishop walked, stole second and third, and then came around to score on a double by Jasmine Jesse to ignite a 4-run first inning in the nightcap. The Chiefs added a run in the bottom of the 5th and then held Wenatchee in check the rest of the way for the 5-0 win. Moses Lake closes out the regular season with a 3-game series with the Eisenhower Cadets beginning with a single game at home Tuesday. The Chiefs need to win 1 of the 3 to claim the Big 9 bragging rights. Moses Lake baseball dropped a doubleheader at Wenatchee Friday by identical 6-4 scores to close out the regular season. After reeling off 15 straight league wins, the Chiefs have lost 3 of their last 4 games as they head to postseason play. Moses Lake sewed up the Big 9 conference title with a come-from-behind win over the Panthers at home last Tuesday and will host the 4A District 6 championship game Saturday at Larson Field at 4 p.m. The Chiefs' opponent is yet to be determined. Both teams will advance to the state tournament. Big Bend swept a doubleheader from Blue Mountain at home Saturday to end the season on a positive note. The Timberwolves led 6-5 after 7 innings of play and looked to be on the verge of taking Game 1 of the Twin Bill. But the Vikings blew the contest open with 6 runs in the bottom of the 8th on the strength of a 3-run home run by Brett Fredrickson to push the score to 11-6.
Felt pretty good. As soon as I hit it, I knew it was out. I was pretty relaxed up the plate. We were already taking the lead, so I just was looking for a good pitch and seemed to find one.
Blue Mountain brought a runner home in the top of the 9th to bring the final tally to 11-7. Patrick O'Sullivan got the win on the bump. John Haley had the hot stick for the Vikings, going 4 for 4 at the plate with 2 RBI and a run scored. Caleb Price tossed a 4-hit shutout in 7 innings of work, and Big Ben clobbered Blue Mountain 10-0 in the nightcap. Moses Lake Soccer dropped its final regular season match to Sunnyside on the pitch at Lions Field Friday night. Superb play by both keepers held the scoring to a minimum in the first half. Sean Cotton scored the lone goal in the initial 40 minutes to put Moses Lake up 1-0. The Grizzlies' Lupe Granados leveled the match with a goal in the 42nd minute on a penalty kick from 5 yards out. Granados' second goal came at the 58th minute and gave the Grizzlies a 2-1 lead. A goal by Alexander Marin 4 minutes later put Sunnyside up 3-1. Cotton's second goal of the contest during stoppage time near the end of the match closed the gap to 3-2. But time expired before the Chiefs could record the tying goal, and the Grizzlies that is, escaped with the win. Despite the loss, the Chiefs remain the #1 4A seed from the Big 9 Conference. Moses Lake will host Wenatchee in the District 6 championship game Tuesday at 7 p.m. at Larson Field. Well, that's it for sports. We'll be right back after this.
Bud Clary Ford Honda is proud to be an automotive leader in our area. Since opening our doors over 54 years ago, we have kept a firm commitment to our customers. We offer a wide selection of vehicles and hope to make the car buying experience as quick and hassle-free as possible. You can trust that we will get you into the car or truck of your dreams. Bud Cleary has an experienced and reliable service and parts department that is open extra hours to help fit our customers' hectic schedules. Come for a test drive today at 1200 South Pioneer Way. We are a proud supporter of Columbia Basin Athletics.
Hello, my name is Cherylcono. I am your local Ephrata Farmers Insurance Agent. Here at Cherylcono Insurance Agency, our customers always come first. We don't just work here, we live here. Please stop by the office, call, email, or Facebook me for a free auto, home, life, business, or farm and ranch quote today. We are insurance. We are farmers. Come in for a free quote today.
We are farmers. Bum, ba-dum, bum, 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 bum.
Our spotlight story tonight is about the BMW and SGL automotive carbon fiber expansion and their upcoming construction project. Here with the story is Jeff Chu.
Friday was a big day for SGL Automotive Carbon Fiber in Moses Lake near Grant County International Airport. Executives with SGL and its joint venture car-making partner BMW shoveled dirt with Governor Jay Inslee, officially breaking ground for the third carbon fiber manufacturing plant. The $200 million joint venture investment was good news for Moses Lake, BMW Management Board member Klaus Dreger told international reporters at the event.
The SGL Automotive Carbon Fiber is expanding its Moses Lake plant and it's tripling its carbon fiber capacity. And this will make Moses Lake the world's largest industrial producer of carbon fiber.
Dreger said BMW also was celebrating the launch of its i3 electric car. The car's body is made of carbon fiber produced at the Moses Lake plant.
Today the future has become present. We are standing in an ultra-modern carbon fiber plant. The BMW i3, you can see it just in front of the building, is on the market, launched here just a couple of days ago, and it's the BMW Group's first all-electric car.
The expansion will add 120 new jobs to Moses Lake's SGL operation, company representatives said. That brings the total SGL workforce to 200 employees. SGL Management Board members Jörg Pullman and Andreas Wollner introduced Governor Jay Inslee, who praised the company for its innovation in reducing carbon pollution through electric car production.
And when you look around the world today, there is no greater step forward to reduce carbon pollution than right here with SGL and BMW and the great working people of Moses Lake, Washington.
Marking the groundbreaking event, Inslee honored SGL Moses Lake Vice President of Operations, Stephen Swanson, as Washingtonian of the Day. SGL board member Jörg Pullman described the building progress at the Moses Lake plant.
What we have now, which is even more, we of course operate one plant already with 2 lines, and as you'll see today, we weren't lazy during the last 4 years. We built a second building with lines 3 and 4, and we're about to have yet another groundbreaking for building 3 with lines 5 and 6.
BMW executive Dreger thanked Governor Inslee for his help.
Governor, you have given us outstanding support and a smooth cooperation.
I'm Jeff Chu for iFIBER 1 News.
We will be right back after this.
Well, one thing I knew from being a patient myself was that a dental office is a scary place to come to. And so we wanted everything possible to make sure that our office is a comfortable place for our patients to visit. The patients that I have, my clients, have made me a part of this community, and we want to give back in every way possible.
When Othello resident Alex dreamed of earning his bachelor's degree, he followed those dreams to Whitworth in Spokane. But now there's a shortcut through Moses Lake. If you have your AA degree or 2 years of college completed, you can now earn your Whitworth degree in Moses Lake at Big Bend Community College. Classes meet just 2 evenings and 1 Saturday every 6 weeks. If you share Alex's dream to complete your degree, visit whitworth.edu/Moses Lake for details.
In Northwest news, an elderly couple was preparing to move and relatives were at their house to help them when a fire broke out. As KOMO's Keith Eldridge tells us, not everyone escaped the flames.
That is the rooftop where the woman was perched ready to jump to safety. Several generations of the Irwin family gathered here to help them move to Idaho when something went terribly wrong. If it wasn't for neighbors, this tragedy would have been so much worse.
It was just like a torch.
Neighbors say the two-story wooden home went up in a hurry with 4 people trapped inside and one woman who managed to get out to the roof.
I said jump because the flames were already coming around this way and starting to down through this way.
Neighbor Tim Tetzloff was first on the scene, making his first of 3 rescues.
She just fell, and then so I caught her and I went down. I handed her off to somebody else.
So we went around the other side of the house.
Neighbor Mark Hensel joined Tetzloff in the rescue, bringing his ladder up to the elderly couple's window.
I knocked the rest of the glass out so they can get out of the and I pulled the lady out first, and then I took the guy out second.
Through those actions, David and Pat Irwin were saved from their burning home. But 2 people inside the home didn't make it out and perished near the 2nd floor window. The coroner says it's believed to be a 54-year-old mother and her 26-year-old daughter.
It's a tragic day in Aberdeen. I'm very impressed with the neighbors helping neighbors.
It's sad, but I couldn't get in nowhere else.
But they say thanks to you and the other gentleman, they saved some lives.
Yeah, 3 of them.
The Irwins were in the process of packing up, getting ready to move to Idaho.
This is really an added disaster to it. You know, it's just terrible that they came in to help these seniors move out and get caught in something like that.
They're our neighbors. They've been our neighbors for years, and so, I don't know. I'm just glad we get Pat and Dave out.
Neighbors are saying with the Irwins getting ready to move, there's the very real possibility there were so many boxes and so much furniture on the stairs preventing any kind of an escape. In Aberdeen, Keith Eldridge, KOMO 4 News.
Residents in one neighborhood are probably feeling a little lucky this morning. A landslide blocked a river but only caused minor flooding. KING's Adam Mertz has more.
Pieces of the hillside continue to slide down. A few trees are hanging off the edge, hundreds of feet above the Cedar River.
Every time we hear these banks falling in, we kind of wonder if we're going to have riverfront property.
The water inched closer and closer to Richard Sanders' Maple Valley home.
My renter called me that lives on my property and said that, hey, did you know we're flooding? And I'm like, what do you mean we're flooding?
Not only did the landslide wipe away all the trees, all that debris clogged up the river, causing it to overflow.
All this area, it was completely underwater as the water flowed down.
Less than a mile downriver, the water level dropped.
Pretty much looked like the parting of the Red Sea or something.
Mike Hollins says the flooding started creeping around the front of his friend's home, surrounding it with water.
You could tell that the river had diverted itself already. It was already rushing down the road like a complete river on the other side.
This shed and SUV were underwater.
I was a little stressed out.
Those here, like the Sanders family, lucky the river managed to push through the debris before the flooding reached their homes.
It's kind of amazing that that whole hill, somehow that water cut back through there. I don't know how it could have, but I'm glad it did.
A little dog named Truffle is recovering after being attacked by an eagle. Her owner says the bird swooped down and grabbed her and then took off, flying 300 feet before letting her go. KOMO's Luke Duzzi shows us how Truffle is doing after the terrifying ordeal.
She was very still. She was laying there, just absolutely looked to be lifeless. I had not any hope in my heart that she would actually be alive.
That's how Marcia Green describes the moment she found her 3-year-old Shih Tzu Truffle a couple of weeks ago outside of her home here in Kashmir.
Heartbroken. I absolutely was heartbroken.
She suffered broken ribs, a punctured lung, and 6 large holes spread all over her fragile little body after being attacked by a golden eagle.
So they were big hands that were, puncturing her.
The bird's sharp talons left Truffle on death's doorstep.
They didn't expect her to actually pull through.
It happens more often than you might think. Dozens of cases a year of birds preying on small animals. Here's a hawk attacking one family dog. And here's a falcon attacking another. And watch this golden eagle swoop down and try to grab this dog's back. Terrifying for any pet owner, but especially the Greens. Truffle is their official greeter at their family cider business, alongside Snickers.
I didn't feel calm at all inside. Something was really wrong, but I didn't know what.
The day of the attack, Marcia let Truffle go outside to go potty, heard her barking.
It was a incessant barking.
But then everything went silent. So Marcia searched the yard, spotted Truffle 300 feet away, scooped her up and rushed her to the vet.
Please, please tell me that somebody can see her immediately.
She needed a catheter, injections, 2 rounds of antibiotics, but here she is today.
Come on over.
Back running around, from now on, always under the watchful eye of Marcia.
Absolutely. Every time.
Luke Ducey, Como 4 News.
That's going to do it for us here at iFIBER 1 News. We want to thank you for watching, and we'll see you again tomorrow.